I'm dying, so I need this man to save me right now. Are you guys ready? I said, are you ready? Please welcome the Todd Father!
I was looking into a square box. We've all done that in the last 16 months, right? We've had that frame around our heads looking into Zoom. I was looking at this person on the other side, and this person asked me, tell me about your accomplishments in your life. I'm not one that likes to talk about myself a lot and my accomplishments. I like to hear other people's. So I, I did this and that. I'm not going to bore you guys with anything. I did this and that, and kind of bumbled through it. And the guy looked at me and said, you don't have a belief system. And for me, that was like, whoa, I don't have a belief system. It hit me right between the eyes. Not in a negative, hurtful way, but in a like, holy cow, I got some work to do if I don't have a belief system. Because at this point in time, I've been part of the Unleash You Now family for, 6, 7, 8 months. And that's what this is all about, right? Is your belief system and changing yourself, changing from the inside out. Last night you heard about, from Michael, my journey into the Unleash You Now family. And that's pretty true. But the person on the other side of the TV was AJ, actually. I wish Michael was here to hear that. That's all right. We have fun with that. So AJ challenged me in my belief system. So let's fast forward to yesterday. And we're at the first cave. We're gonna jump in, right? And I knew the moment I saw this that I was not gonna do it. Okay? So there was no embarrassing me into it, no nothing. I have a fear of heights. I know why I have a fear of heights. My dad fell on me once on a ladder. I'm guessing that's what happened when I was younger. Nobody was hurt. I don't know why I have a fear of closed spaces. So I knew I was not going to jump. Now that, I'm thinking belief system. And I'm thinking what AJ looked at me through that, with piercing eyes and said, you have no belief system. So we get in the vans and we're going to the next place. And I hear people saying that it's going to be a 50-meter jump into a cave. And I'm like, oh great, this is going to be worse. Now I'm going to be cowering behind a tree, crying. So we're driving there, and I'm mad at myself. And it hurts. It hurts me right now to think about it. Because I felt like I let others down, but that isn't what it's about. I let myself down. So I was so relieved when we got to the new place, and it was open. So I thought, okay, that takes care of the one particular item that was freaking me out. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. And then I saw Adam did the jump, and several others did the jumps. People are doing it. I said, I'm going to do it. So I got down there, and I did it. And I felt different. Weirdly different. I'm sure those of you that tried it maybe did as well. But I didn't feel different just because I made a jump. I just felt different about myself. And I felt like I could look people in the eye again. And we're all different. I'm not judging anybody here what you did or didn't do yesterday or your whole life, right? This is judging me. But I felt so different about myself. And all of you have had experiences like that. And all those experiences have impacted who you are and where you are today. And where you're going to be tomorrow. And where you're going to be in Colombia. And other stops along the path. I had a very comfortable life growing up. I heard Bobby's story yesterday. I'm like, holy shit. That's one. But apparently it's okay to do that here once in a while. But I heard Bobby's story and just absolutely amazed. And again, in one way, I was, and this sounds so selfish to say, but I was crushed because my life has been so comfortable. Like, so then why, Bobby's doing great things. All of you guys and I'm a Wisconsin person, so I use the term guys a lot. All you guys are, you tell your stories and all you've been through. And so that comfortable life has impacted my belief system. And, my mom and dad, my parents are 92. Just celebrated their 70th, 7-0 wedding anniversary. We had to celebrate it through Zoom, virtually, because it was last summer. Very comfortable life. They're incredible parents. My brother, we're not really friends because we haven't been together that much, but we would fight to the tooth. We would fight for each other. If anybody touched us wrong or said the wrong thing, we'd be there, right? We'd battle for each other. My wife, my 4 daughters, I've got a super incredible grandson, okay? Even better than Dr. Favors, I would say. And the only issue he has is he's a Minnesota Vikings fan. And you guys all know I'm a Wisconsin person, right? Well, what happened was his friend and his friend's dad got together, okay? But I've had a really comfortable life. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, I made this decision to change that. Change the comfortable part of my life. And really, really focus on, and I did it at a time when, and I'm still in this job, I'm soon not going to be in this job, but I was in this job, it was the best job of all the jobs. I've had like 15 different jobs. I can't keep a job very long. And it's honestly, it was the best job I've ever had. And I'm closer to 100 than 0. That was for you, Sean. Closer to 100 than 0. So why do I want to all of a sudden flip all these things? I'm 63. I know you can't tell with my gray hair. But why all of a sudden did I want to flip? Well, what happened is I came across a gentleman named Tom Corcoran. And Tom talked to me about leadership. As a matter of fact, Alex, he was one of the 2 people I picked when you asked your question about who you could pick. And Tom brought me to the John Maxwell family, did a lot of training things through John Maxwell family. And then this strange guy on Facebook was trolling. And I clicked yes. And Michael Faber grabbed a hold of me by the ear and said, hey buddy, this is where we're going. Little did I know that I was going to be working on my belief system. That I was going to be taken out of that comfortable place in my life and put into a nice, uncomfortable place in my life so that I could change myself. Initially, I got into all this, though, for the wrong reason. And another change I had to make. Initially, I got into all this where I wanted to build a business and be a speaker and be a coach and leadership and all this great stuff. Money. Well, at that time, I didn't have AJ and Michael in my life. It's not about the money. We all know that initially. It's about the impact. It's about the inspiration. Finally, again, I made that switch. So all along the way, I'm doing the best I can to change my belief system, to put myself in an uncomfortable place so I can become more comfortable, so I can stretch my comfort zone. And then Tom, through this journey with Tom that started about 4 or 5 years ago, he brought into my life something called core values. I'm sure many of you have heard it. Many of you maybe have done some work. We're going to talk more about core values. But really, a core value is what is you? What is inside of you? What's foundational to your behavior? What helps you get up in the morning? What do you use to defend yourself when you're in a bad place? Your core values. All right? And my core values just very recently, and I mentioned it in Delaware for those of you that were there.